I've been waiting for you. I am Tessa-Marie and welcome to the Morning Blessings. Today is Friday, November 29th, 2024, and it is 7:59 a.m. So how are you doing? Some of you celebrated Thanksgiving and you're still getting over it. Hello, my sweet Dawn. How are you doing this morning? How was Thanksgiving? I hope you saw the message I sent to all of you over on, across the border. I hope you saw that. Yes, it is Thanksgiving. I am feeling great today. Today is Friday, and it has been a very amazing week of doing amazing things. So it's a great day. So did you get a hangover from Thanksgiving? No, I'm sure you didn't. I know you're a lady of just take your time and enjoy the moment. So guess what? I have, because I know, like, with Thanksgiving or anytime we get together, we sometimes have this thing that happens to us, that here we are with relaxing. John made an amazing dinner. Oh, and you sat and ate. I can imagine. That was having fun. Congratulations to John. Yes, so Dawn and all the others, here, let me say something to you guys. Today is the day that a lot of regret is passing through minds, from things that happened around the table at Thanksgiving and stuff like that. But it's no point you carry it into the rest of the year, because you cannot do anything about it now. Like my famous country singer, Willie Nelson, says, regret is etched on my brow, but I can do nothing about it now. So you can imagine, for all of those and all of you who have had regret because of what happened yesterday at the dinner table, guess what? There's not a thing we can do about it now. But it's a challenge. So that's why today our topic is challenges. If you face a challenge, really, that's what it's all about. What do you do with that challenge? Do you get angry at it? Do you get, let your emotions go crazy with this new challenge that is coming to you? What do you do? How do you sit? Like, in the 5 pillars of prosperity, it's the emotion that goes crazy. It's our emotion that just goes wild. When we have these challenges, we let them overtake us. And that's something we have to work on, and it's working on it all the time. So here comes Tina, and here goes Tina. And it's working on it all the time. Good morning, Tina. How are you feeling this morning? So here comes Tina, here goes Tina. So challenges are amazing for us. When we have them, we think they're terrible. But look at what we learn from challenges. Look at what we see in the challenges. Look at how we come out of those challenges stronger, more confident, more courageous, and an attitude that tells us, yes, you can. So that is why it is important for when we have a challenge, we realize where it's coming from. And what can we do about this challenge in the moment? Because it's only in the moment we can do it. Thinking of not calming down in the moment and going ahead with the challenge and making it difficult, harder, more payback, tit for tat, all of that is just making the challenge bigger. It causes it to stay with us longer. And then we're sitting there and we're not looking for help. Well, where is the help? Okay, come on, Mr. Orange, Mr. Purple, Mr. Orange, give us the help we need right now. And you're saying, I'm just going to let myself go. I'm going to be angry. And you're planning how you're going to feel in the future about something that happened 5 minutes ago. So challenges, from what I look at, when I look at a challenge, I said, look for a way to see the surroundings differently to accomplish that task of doing something. Hi, Colin, good morning. How are you feeling this morning? So if you face a challenge, look for a way to see the surroundings differently to accomplish the task, to get over it. Because we have to get over it. Challenges don't only come in a situation where we have to do something, something is broken, something is not, it's not that. Sometimes it's a relationship and you're challenged by that relationship all the time. You're planning to do something about this situation and it just keeps growing and getting bigger and bigger, and the challenge is there and you cannot do anything about it because it's a human being that is in your life or a family friend, something. But then challenges we face sometimes are our own making. This challenge that many people will be facing in January is going to start. It started this week. And you're going to say, what are you talking about? Yes, I am talking about financial challenges. A lot of people are going to be swiping and pointing and clicking like crazy. And they have to do this. But it becomes a challenge in January how to get over that debt that they created. Whereas some simple planning in the beginning of the year avoids that type of thing. Proper preparation prevents poor performance. The 5 P's. So, good morning, Loretta. How are you feeling this morning? So, if you and I and a lot of others go overboard with the spending on a credit card or credit cards or lines of credit because no preparation was made in January 2024 to say, you know what I did in December, November, December on shopping, I'm going to have to stop this and make a plan. So at the end of 2024, I am not in the same situation. But we forget. We don't do it. And what we do, we constantly do the same thing over and over again. And what would happen if we constantly tread on the same ground over and over again and do nothing about it? What would happen? Think about it. So the challenge your people are going to face is today is whatever. It's shopping online and shopping in person, and Monday is Cyber Monday. And they're encouraging us. And I saw something this morning, although this morning blessing is from a few weeks ago, the topic came. And it said billions, 15 billion in the US for today, this week, on Shopping Friday, what it's called, and another 15 billion for Cyber Monday. That is money. You can't even think of these zeros to make it. But that's what's going to happen. Now and then they had all sorts of little clues. Use a dedicated credit card, a small one that you cannot expose a lot. And and do not go on websites. And we have heard that you're not familiar with. We've heard all of this. But yet, we are not going to follow. We don't plan to do this. You know who you want to buy the gifts for. You know what you want to buy for yourself. I am a big supporter of buying a special thing for you. Wrapping it, put it under the tree, and if you have children, especially teenagers or older children, they get exasperated when you pull out your gift and you say, oh, this one is from me, to me. And they go, oh, Mom. They give you that attitude. But it brings a laugh to their face. And oh, you didn't buy something for you? Oh, yeah, it's coming. It's a big opening. But what challenge I'm asking you to avoid, if you can, is this challenge of spending money you do not have on a credit card and you have no idea where the money is coming from to pay for it. You hear me talk about planning a lot, setting goals. September is the new year for me. And I look at my goals in September and I plan to enact them as the year begins because they're in place. They're prepared. I'm ready to go. Fired up, ready to go. So the question you need to ask yourself, if you are one of those people that will sit somewhere at the end of January when the bills come and you go, oh, regret is etched on my brow. I can do nothing about it now except find a way to pay it. And the question I'm asking now, have you been able to pay off last year's Christmas shopping? Have you been able to do that? And now you're adding holiday shopping for 2024 on top of what you did in 2023. And the financial companies, the credit card companies, are obligated by law to tell you how long it will take for you to pay off a debt if you only pay the minimum payment. Different credit cards with 30% interest. American Express, you're not supposed to have a balance, but you do. If you owe them $6,000 and you pay the minimum, it tells you it will take 45 years to pay that. It does. I saw somebody's statement. So tell me, does that scare you? Does it scare you enough that you take charge and say, I am going to work out a plan? I offer free advice for you to come and let me show you how to put money away for the holiday spending. You know you're going to spend $2,000 a year. The math is simple. You take the $2,000 and you divide it by the amount of pay periods you have in a year, and you decide to put as close that amount or as close to it as possible automatically in a special account marked Christmas holiday spending. And that is how you manage this particular challenge. That's how you're going to succeed with this financial challenge. But of course, there are other challenges. So there is often another way to see that challenge, to do what you must do to get over it. The big one right now is the financial challenges. What about the overindulge challenges? You eat too much, you drink too much, and you feel terrible. I know you don't want to hear that, but some of you saw Uncle Joe at the table yesterday, or Aunt Betsy. You saw the reaction, you saw the behavior, you saw what that did. These are challenges. How did you fare out in that situation? What did you decide to do? Did you decide to choose to walk away and come back another day to look at it? Or did you fall right into the trap of the energy of the anger and the frustration? Listen to me. When somebody is acting like that, they are not acting like that because of the present moment. They're acting like that because of something they have drawn into themselves and they have brought it to the table. There is revenge, there is argument, and it goes from one major topic, politics, it goes to religion, it goes to opinion, it goes to success, it goes through envy, it's jealousy. It is strong. And those challenges do not end when everybody tumble out of the table and go home. They take it with them. They take the bad thought with them. They take the bad energy they felt with them. Some of them are wondering, why did I go? What happened there? Why did I pick up the phone, you might say, and call this person only to be told you're not good enough? These are challenges we face every day. And one of the things we need to know for sure is to know that there is always a way to get over the present challenge that you have. Always a way. There is no other choice. There is always a way. It's only because we are so deep into it that we sometimes, good morning sister, believe there is not a way to get over a challenge. Challenges comes in many shapes and colors. How are you feeling today, Dorothy? So if you face a challenge, look for a way to see the surroundings differently to accomplish getting over that challenge. As I said, the big one for most of the world right now is the high expense on credit cards that are being incurred today and on Monday and the future. Just by the energy I saw on the news this morning, how they were talking about the challenge, that told me that their energy was propelling others to go out and be part of this $20 and $15 billion US that will be spent in the US for Black Friday and Cyber Monday. Just those two days. They did not even talk about the preceding weeks or the after, because this thing goes on for weeks. And nobody says, hey, hold back pointing and clicking. Hold the credit card a little bit longer in your hand. Walk away and come back to look at it differently. Nobody's saying that. They're just telling you how to protect your credit card. And they're telling you everybody's doing it because that's why they have that number. They can predict. I always have said this. The supermarket, the stores you go to, they know on every day what people buy. That's their job. And the challenge is for you to stay on track. But we do not need to be stuck into spending what we cannot afford at Christmas or the holidays or anything. We do not need to do that. What we need to do is have a plan. How do we get a plan? We create a plan in the turmoil. So January, when those credit card bills come in, what do you plan to do with it? Pay the minimum? Continue to pay the minimum? What I know for sure, if you owe $2,500 and you have a 20% interest rate, it takes you like 11 years to pay that if you pay the minimum payment, the minimum payment. And if you still go crazier than that, and you go in and you have a credit card that has a 29.9%, a department store credit card or American Express, who does not want you to do that, so they punish you, $6,000 takes 45 years to pay. If that does not propel you to change your ways and to make a plan, then nothing else will. That money you're paying and the goods you receive, that's okay. But our whole idea is to keep more of our own money. What are you doing about it? A plan. I know it's a difficult thing to come across it, but here is a simple plan. Face the monster. I talked about that in my book, Controlling the Debt Monster, that one over there. Face the monster as it is. Do something with the monster. Stand up to the monster called debt and say, be bold. And of course, when you do not want to face the monster, you walk away. You're going to be feeling uncomfortable. But you have to go towards what is uncomfortable so you can come out being comfortable. So you go towards the debt and you look at the amount and you say, okay, this Christmas, never mind what was there before, just deal with what you spent this year. That will happen January. That credit card bill will come in 21, 31 days. And you're going to look at it and say, okay, I spent $2,000, $2,500. And what I ask you to do, if you're employed and you get paid, good morning, Yoko, how are you feeling today? And you get paid bi-weekly, you take that amount you spent on your credit card and you divide it by 20, by the amount of pay periods you have. Bi-weekly is 26. Weekly is 52. And you get to a number. Then you look at that number and you say to yourself, can I save that every payday? So that money goes in a special account. Do not leave it in your checking account. Do not trust yourself to do it. Do not trust yourself to pay yourself. We know that we are not trustworthy. The government tells us we are not trustworthy. The cell phone company tells us we are not trustworthy. All of our debtors tell us we are not, creditors tell us we are not self-worthy. Anything we have to pay, they want to take it from our account or our credit card themselves. So why would you trust yourself to pay yourself when nobody trusts you to pay them? You just won't. So, although it is convenient to sit on your computer, your cell phone, and go from checking to savings, special account, we won't do it. We do not have a good reputation for that. Good morning, Nancy. How are you feeling this morning? So, the thing we have to do, if you want to avoid having another credit card like the balance, like the one you're anticipating for January 2025, face it. Total the amount. Divide it by the times you get your money in there. And then when you look at it, you might say, you know what? It's telling me that I need to save $27 a pay, $47 a pay, $77 a pay, $75, $85. But I really can't afford that. So you bring it down to the amount you can afford. I remembered when I started saving money, I have told you that a million times. It wasn't a lot of money. I hadn't got a lot of money. We were newlyweds. We didn't have the money. So, but we could save $1.87 every payday. In those days, $263 was my paycheck for 2 weeks of work in a government office. But every time we got a tip, another tip, an increase, that went into savings. Good morning, Marina. How are you feeling today? Long time no see. So, what I am saying, Cyber Monday and Black Friday, $15 and $20 billion on those 2 days. And they're saying more than 90% of it is going on credit cards, more than that. And that is a challenge, but you did not prepare. So proper preparation prevents poor performance, but you can still fix it. The man said in many cases, the credit card balance hasn't gone down much, but now they're adding to it. And the credit card company is giving you more credit. That's their job. They don't love you. They love the money you're giving them for free. You are considered a cash cow. The farmer has a cow that he milks every day, takes the milk to the market, and he gets cash for it. When you do not pay your credit card balances in full, you become a cash cow. $5,000, $6,000 at 20% interest rates will take you more than 11 years to pay it if you pay the minimum payment. The 30% ones will take you 45 years to pay $6,000. You will be dead. Doesn't that scare you? And that's why you need to sit back in January. Look at how much you spent in December and early January, because this thing is going on for a whole year, if we let them, this Black Friday. And total that amount. You're going to do it again next year anyway. Divide it by your pay period. And as I said, I could only save $1.87, but it came to a point one year we were able to put $80 a pay away. And that is what gave us a foundation to buy a home. So treat your gift buying like that. Decide, I spent $2,500. Divide it and see what happens. You can't afford $80 a pay. You can't cut it to 40. 40, you can't cut it to 20. 20, you can cut it to 10. 10, you can cut it to 5. I just bring it down until somehow, somewhere, over the year, you save something more than you had before. Yes, exactly. They send you, the only thing they don't sell you is eyeballs and nostrils and teeth. If they could, they would send it to you to buy. As I said, nobody trusts us to pay them. Or the government, who we have to pay tax on income, doesn't even trust us to send it to us. They threaten our employers and tell them, if you do not collect the tax from Tessa-Marie's paycheck before you pay her, you are going to be charged a fine for not doing this. So, you start with the government. They don't trust us. They make our employers stand on a tightrope and get the money. The cell phone company, no, take it from the charge it on your check. Everybody, but we somehow, in our little muddle up mind, we believe we will save it every week. No, you won't. I won't. None of us will. We have to go. And this is the one time you can get your financial institution to work for you for free. Go to them. Online, click, click. And you open a brand new account just for that. And you call it holiday and shopping account. I have always had one. And you tell them how much you want to go and when you want it to be taken out. And do not be ashamed if all you can save this year is $5. But if you find a way to save $1, then increase it to $6 and keep increasing it a little bit more. They will do it for free. Do you know why they'll do it for free? Because, you see, your $100 that you save will enable somebody to get a loan from them. It's your money they invest in loans and mortgages. It's not their money. The banks do not print money. It's the money you put on deposit. They agree to give you a penny on $5,000 and they charge somebody for a mortgage 6% or whatever. And the rest is theirs. So you see, if you are not doing this properly, you will be on the other side of always having regret bending you down. And regret is not fun. I don't even have another idea of how to describe the feeling and the vision you get of regret when it is in somebody's body, soul, mind, and spirit. So no matter what you do, when you are faced with a challenge, face the challenge. Like I said, the Controlling the Debt Monster, my book over there, my first book, not second book really. What I said in it is that face the monster as it is. You need to take down that challenge. And I talk about money this time because money is the thing that just robbed it. Yeah, that topic was there. I should really write the dates when I get these topics. If you face a challenge, look for a way to see the surroundings differently to accomplish getting over the challenge. There's often another way to see that challenge, to do what you must do to get it out of your life. You have to do that. If you save money and you have it, you can get it for yourself if you want. Like 1 year, as you guys know, I wanted to get ISOs. I wanted a nice, heavy tailor scissors. In those days, it was $200. Of course, they asked me what I want. I said, I want this pair of scissors. So that started. Nobody got it for me. I said, oh yeah? That's how it works. They got me everything else. So you know what I did? I bought myself the scissors. I wrapped it, put it under the Christmas tree, and then I picked it up. And when they all had all their gifts and everything, and I had gifts from them that was not a pair of tailor scissors, I opened it. I picked it up, I said, oh, from me to me. And the whole family started going, ah, and laugh. I opened it, and there came my tailor scissors. I still have it today. And I was able to do this because what happened is I planned this. Challenges come, but we have to go over them. I wanted tailor scissors for Christmas, and as a woman that put money aside to presents for everybody, guess what? There was something put aside for money for me. So yes, Marina, I still buy myself Christmas presents of something nobody will buy for me. And sometimes wine I can share. Yeah, anything. If you want, sometimes you go to the store and you're looking at this thing in vintages and you want it. And you look at the price and you're thinking, and you buy it for yourself at Christmas. Put it on your list because you're the one saving the money for this Christmas thing. So Marina said, grown-ups don't need more stuff. I tell everyone I don't want any Xmas gift unless it comes in a bottle, red or white. Ha ha ha. Me too. I always say, please, I do not need another teapot, a cup, a glass. But you know, if you're going to buy me a glass, then you have to get a Ralph Lauren, you know. I want when I'm sipping my drink, I can see his initial at the bottom. Because I use them all. So if they're broken I don't care. I do not have anything in my buffet that is not used. I don't care what's the price. And if it breaks, I just go, oh well, that your time was over. Scissors create value, and it did in that case. You think? Thank you, Yuko, because I used those scissors when I was tailoring clothes and whatever. But it's to myself, if you are not a kid, you don't get anything. You're harsh. Marina, you're harsh. We have too much stuff. Stuff, we don't need stuff. No, we don't. But, hey, you can buy them one of my books for Christmas. If you really want to give them something, give them a morning blessing, a tabletop book. You want them to learn? Give them the 5 pillars. You want them to get out of debt? Give them Controlling the Debt Monster. You want them to set goals? A goal-setting journal. You think they're not grateful enough? Get them a gratitude journal. And another thing is, Amazon will ship it there for you. Then, the book of proof, that one up there, that they can have the proof that the world is working in their favor. So yes, you can get them a gift, Marina. One out of 6. The middle one is not published. It is just the book I wrote, and I got somebody to do this for me. So yes, we can. So they need a book. Sales and Scam, Marina said it is. Full of sales and scam. Oh my God, these people are terrible with their sales. You know, like I'm sure Nancy, you can, if you want to give somebody a present, you can make something for them. I remembered years and years ago, I crocheted a scarf for Loretta. According to legend, she still has it. I think I was in my 20s. I don't know how this thing has lasted so long. She takes pleasure in telling me on a cold day when she has to go out, she wraps herself in that scarf around her neck, and she said she feels so good. I remember doing it, but so there are some things you can have, you can give to somebody. You see, I write so much that any journal just for writing, not one of specific journals like I do, but I have to create one of those. You know, the journal, and if somebody's giving me a gift, give me a journal. Or you know those books like that? They're thick, these things. This is something I would use. So if you're giving me a gift, give me something like that. And you can tell that to family. And most likely they won't. And you have to say what it is it's no point you go to get something you do not want just because they say, let's go do. No. What I want is this. So all of you come together and give it to me. My son will say to me, Mom, what it is you want? And this year, I am thinking, I don't know. Because I cannot think of what I would really like. Jillian kind of knows me, and Vanessa, they will give me things. Like Vanessa sending me to see Lion King for Christmas. That was great. I enjoy that. So there are things we can do. But my topic today is really this. Stop pointing and clicking. We did enough of that during COVID, and people are still paying for it. Plan a little, to save a little, so that you can get where you want to go and get there nicely. So people, all of you that are still here, Nancy, Yuko, Marina, Dawn, Colin, my sister, and Loretta. You know, guys, that was meant for you guys, because you're the ones that got it. Who was there this morning with me when I came on? I can't even remember. Was it Colin? Yeah, Colin came on. Oh, Dawn from Tennessee was on. And somebody else. So it's wonderful to see you guys. And have a great weekend. And avoid pointing and clicking. Think of the consequences of the interest rates. You'll be old and your bones might be making trumpets for the angels by the time your family has paid off your debt. Your debt doesn't go away because you die. You'll get it from somewhere. So have a great day. I appreciate you, arigato, and I'm happy and grateful to have each and every one of you with me today. Take care.